we'll get started. So, any comfortable position, and have the strap nearby you. We don't need it just yet, but have it in arm's reach. So we're going to start with the palms turned down. So you bring your palms onto your knees or onto your thighs. And before we settle into the body with our breath, just take a little bit of a movement of your shoulders here. So make sure that the shoulders can begin to settle down the back. So as you're breathing in, draw your shoulders forwards and up. And then very slowly move them down your back as you exhale. And your eyes might already be closed here, really connecting to the feeling of rolling the shoulders with the breath. If the eyes are open, working with your drishti, so keeping the gaze somewhere fixed where you're not really taking in what you see. Awareness is drawing down to the body. And we'll take one more. Next time the shoulders settle down the back, keeping them relaxed so it's not a forced action, just allowing the shoulders to draw down with gravity. And then if the eyes have been open, close down your eyes and start to bring a focus to the breath. So the practice today, as I said, is quite dynamic, but as always with my classes, there's plenty of options along the way, so you can take it to an energetic level that you want to work with today. We're focusing for another class or two on working towards our King Pigeon. So with that in mind, knowing that the lower body is going to be worked, going to be strengthened, the hips are going to be mobilized, but in a safe way. So we're staying active and not just kind of hanging out in the mobility that we might already have. And then if we're going for our deeper variations of our pigeon, there's also going to be a lot of mobilizing and opening of the upper body. So finding a lot of movement around your chest and your shoulders. So we'll start by taking the focus to the lower body, just sensing, as we did last week, those contact points that you can feel that the lower body is making with your props and with the ground as well. So nothing fancy is happening, simply taking the attention to your sit bones. Maybe there's an awareness of one sit bone landing a bit more heavily to the ground or to the support beneath your sit bones. No judgment, simply notice that that might be the case. Sense to your thighs. Any tugging on the thighs, especially if the hips are tight. And what we want to try and do here is begin to relax those muscles, begin to soften that stress and that strain. Notice your knees, whether they're kind of floating in space or descending down onto the ground. Again, no judgment, just notice where you are in space. And then trace the attention down to your lower legs, down to your ankles, down to your feet. Continue to keep the energy of the lower body relaxed. And as it relaxes, there's this sense of connection to the earth, of energy drawing downwards. And this is akin to the breath out, to the exhalation, to the letting go. So following that feeling here for a few rounds. And this can be quite challenging. There can be a lot of gripping and holding and resistance around our hips. So no worries, no pressure, no expectations that we're placing on this. We're simply trying to move in that direction. Take a nice slow breath in here. And then an open exhale, so open the mouth. Maybe you feel that energy drawing down. We're going to take that 2 more times. So breathing in nice and slowly. Exhaling. One more round in your own time, softening the belly, across the ribs, across the chest, and allowing that weight to fall down as you exhale. And then with your next inhale, start to bring the awareness up with the breath rising. So from that foundation towards the earth or to the earth, sense the breath in, elevate and lift your spine, open your chest, broaden your collarbones, and extend up through the crown of the head. So there's this very gentle but present feeling of energy drawing down and rising up at the same time. So you might start to feel that the spine is taller. Maybe the heart draws slightly forwards as you lift through your heart and extend through your spine. So now we're going to take 3 breaths, again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Start to ride that wave. So as you're breathing out the mouth, and you can just start this in your own time. As you exhale out the mouth, let that weight descend without losing the lift through the crown. And as you breathe in, maybe find a little bit more of an extension upwards without losing the weight that's down on the ground. So working at your own pace. Whenever you've taken 3 rounds, just coming back to breathing in and out through the nose. Because this is a slightly stronger practice, as I said, there's options along the way, but I want us to begin by tuning into a really beautiful intention. So in your mind, repeating 3 times, this evening I choose kindness. And that might mean sometimes allowing ourselves to take a slightly softer option, to listen to what the body wants to offer up today, and not to practice from the ego or from this sense of wanting to perform when you're on the mat. Slowly begin to bring the palms together with your next breath in. And as you exhale, tuck the chin in towards the chest so you can press play on your playlist if you're working with music. Gently open the eyes and then bring your strap into place. So you're going to grab your strap and just loop it around so that it's slightly wider than your shoulders. If you know that your shoulders are really mobile, you can have it, a little bit tighter. You might want to start a bit more generously, and then we can always tighten it as we go. So as you breathe in, you're going to lift the strap above the head, keeping your front ribs drawing in slightly. And then as you exhale, allow the strap to move backwards and down, again, without pulling the chest forwards. So there's a knitting in of the front ribs. As you inhale, lift again. Let the shoulders rise towards the ears here. And then as you exhale, bring the strap forwards and down. So just keep that going with your breath. Be aware that as you inhale, you want to keep those ribs drawing in, and as you exhale again, we're not pulling the chest in front of us, especially if you are quite mobile in your spine. Inhaling, strap rises. Exhale, take it back. If you have Ujjayi breath in your practice, you can start to breathe with your Ujjayi breath. Otherwise, just working on lengthening the inhales and the exhales. So we'll take 1 more round like that. Keep dropping into the weight of the pelvis and the body as you exhale. Keep lifting the energy up as you breathe in. And then the next time the strap comes up above, pause, take a breath in here. And then as you exhale, you're going to move the strap over to the left side. So I'm not mirroring you this evening. Start to lower your left fist onto the ground. And then as you breathe in, press the right fist up. And if you want a little bit more, take your gaze up. So you're really opening externally through the chest, breathing in here, feeling that opening in the side body. And if it feels too strong to look up, you can always turn the chin down towards your left shoulder. Taking a couple more breaths. Outer right ribs are spreading away as you inhale, and they're lifting up as well from the right hip. Drawing in 1 more breath here. As you exhale, the right fist starts to move over to the left. Lift your left fist and take the hands above the head. Inhale. Draw the strap back and down as you exhale. Good. Inhaling, coming back up. Exhale, take it over to the right. So you're leaning and then taking the fist all the way down if that's available. Press up through your left hand. And then if you want that extra bit of opening, take your gaze up and let your left arm draw back slightly. So a few breaths here. Anytime you need to, you can take the chin towards the right shoulder instead. Feel for movement in the outer ribs and this lifting of the lower ribs. And again, without judging, simply become more aware of what's going on in your body. Where are we a little bit tighter? What areas are kind of calling out for attention this evening as we start to move and breathe into the body more consciously? Start to look down if you're not already. Left fist over to the right, and then as you breathe in, taking the hands up again. Exhale, drawing back and down. So we're just going to do that one more time. Breathe in, lifting up. Exhale, start to take it over to the left. Engage your core, so you're not just kind of collapsing to the floor. Slowly take it down. Breathe in, press up and maybe look up. Exhaling, keep rooting down through that right sit bone. So try not to let the weight tip over to the left side, even as your arms and torso move in that direction. Use the exhales to ground through the right sit bone, to relax through the right muscles, which might have engaged. One more breath in. And then as you exhale again, start to take the right fist over to the left. Begin to lift the left hand up. Inhale, we come to center. Exhale, the strap goes back and down. Final one here, breathing in. Exhale, slow, controlled movement over to the right hand side. Breathe in, press the left fist up, maybe take the gaze up, chest opening a little bit more. And then bring the focus to the left side of your lower body. Relax and ground. And then begin to take the focus to the left side of your upper body, finding space and mobility. So there's a little bit of a cheat or a misconception that we can have with our hip openers, which is to just really focus on getting open and open and open and open, but we need to stabilize the body, start to come out. So we're going to be looking a lot at strengthening the lower body even as we open and find flexibility. Draw the hands back and down one last time, and then inhale, lift the strap up. Exhale, take it forwards. Good, so we're going to do one final exercise. You might find that you can loop the strap a little bit tighter now if the shoulders are feeling a bit more mobile. We're going to take the strap above the head, inhale, and then come over to the left again, but slightly different. Rather than leaning over to the side, I just want you to play with moving the left fist forwards as you inhale, and it can be a small movement, and then seeing where we can move that fist on the exhale before we start to kind of find that we need to twist the body. Keep those front ribs drawing in and just continue to move the left fist in front of you as you breathe in, and then back again as you breathe out. Take that one more time. And it might feel better for some of you to actually just keep that strap a little bit longer. Good, next time the left fist comes forwards, inhale, take it up, and then exhale, take it over to the right. Again, moving the strap back as you exhale. Through center and then in front of you. And again, notice if one side is a lot more mobile than the other. For me, it's definitely my right side. So this will just show up at various points in the practice, and we don't take note of these things to get irritated or to wish that things were different. It's simply kind of knowledge is power, isn't it? So we can kind of know where we might be neglecting. Inhale, come up to center, and then exhale, release your strap. You can keep that near the front of the mat, so you might want it later on. Just give the wrists a little bit of a circle. And again, if you want to, you can circle your shoulders a couple of times. Keep the movement going with your breath. Good. And then sending any props that you were on off to one side. So if you're on a cushion or a block, we're going to bring ourselves up onto our hands and knees, and then down into our child's pose. So last little bit of warming up before we start to get into our flow. So knees are about hip distance apart. If you want to go really wide here, you can, taking them out to the mat. Big toes are together. Creep the fingertips forward, stay up on your fingertips, so palms are lifted. And then see if you can, before lowering your head, extend your heart forwards, and then begin to melt the chest, and maybe forehead comes down. So take a couple of breaths here. Press your fingertips down and forwards. Let the weight descend through the forehead to the mat as you exhale. Breathing in. Feel that movement of the lower ribs forwards. Maybe the fingertips can move forwards. Exhale. And then from here, lift your gaze. You're going to take your left hand back by your left knee. So notice how my elbow is kind of like in that chaturanga position. And then your right fingertips are going to start to creep all the way over to the left. Extend as well as just moving to the left. So keep trying to creep that hand forwards. So we get a nice big stretch through the side body up to the root of the shoulder. If you've got the capacity to lower down onto your palm here, you can. Take an inhale, lift your torso, and then try to rotate your right ribs closer to your left inner thigh. So you're really taking a twist, and then softening and releasing the head. Keep pressing into both hands, or maybe right fingertips if you're not on your palm. Let the head become heavy, and bring that focus into the right side body as you inhale. Relax through your jaw here. Often when we're kind of working into our hips and our shoulders, we can clench, just kind of shifting tension from one space to another, really. So just softening the jaw, relaxing the energy. Inhale, extend the right arm out, and then let the left hand reach forwards, and then exhale, right hand bends back by the knee like we did on the left, and then begin to creep the left fingertips to the right, but also try and extend at the same time. So reaching, maybe coming down onto your palm, breathing in, awareness to the left side of the body. Good. Try to really draw your sit bones back towards your heels. Taking in one more breath. And then slowly come through center. We're going to take it one last time over to the left-hand side, but we're going to add on here. So walking the fingertips around. Again, lifting and taking that deeper twist if you've got the space to, and then relaxing the head. Keep pressing the energy down and forwards. Good. This time from here, lifting the head, taking the left fingertips behind you. So fingertips are facing the back of your mat. Start to lift your chest, lift your right arm, and then exhale, take the right hand behind you as well. So have your fingers facing backwards so that the shoulder blades are coming together. Chest is nice and open. Some of you might want to stay here, rooting into the hands to lift the chest. Some of you might feel like you can lift your hips as well. So just starting to take it a little bit deeper into opening up through the whole front of the body if you lift your hips. Good. Gaze can go up, but try not to just collapse the head backwards. So we're looking up rather than back. Take one more breath in here. If you lifted your sit bones, exhale, bring them down, and then right hand back over to the left. This time the left hand extends as well. So taking another couple of breaths. Some of you might be on your palms, breathing in, trying to reach the heart forwards for the fingertips. So we keep elongating and extending with every inhale, like we experience sitting down. And then there's that grounding heaviness with the exhale. Come to center with your next inhale, no rush. And then take it over to the right, same thing to start with, walking the right hand out by the knee in that chaturanga arm position. And the left fingertips are moving forwards, but also over to the right. Good. So you can keep settling that weight down with every exhale, awareness coming to the lower body into the earth. And then we're extending and lengthening, finding space with every inhale. Start to transition the right hand behind you. Lift the chest as the left fingertips extend, and then send the left hand behind you again. You can stay here, or same option, taking your sit bones up from your heels. Try to root through your shins and feel that as you press down, the legs light up. So there's an engagement of the lower body, engagement of the glutes. Good, the thighs. One more breath here. Slowly lower as you exhale. And then left hand reaches back over to the right first, and then right arm follows. So last couple of breaths. Slowly come to center with your next inhale. And then one final breath out, maybe head settles down. Good, this time inhale, look forwards. Bring your shoulders towards your wrists and slide your wrists towards your shoulders so that you end up in your tabletop position. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, and then come back, sit bones to heels. So we're just going to move through these two positions. As you inhale, come to a hover to tabletop, so knees aren't touching the floor. And as you exhale, landing back. Good, inhale, just take it at your own pace. Generally a bit slower than you might want to go, so it's really working the body rather than just kind of going with the momentum. Good, take two more. Exhaling to move back. Inhale, last one, coming forwards. Exhale, moving back. Good, this time inhale, come forwards. As you exhale, lower your knees. Inhale, lift your chest. And as you exhale, round your spine, but come up onto your fingertips as you round your spine, looking back for your thighs. Land your palms. Inhale, move your chest forwards, maybe taking the gaze up. Exhale as you round, come to the fingertips, lift up between the shoulders. One more time, breathing in. And exhale. Good, so we're going to start to get a bit stronger now. Lower to your palms, inhale to neutral this time. Right leg lifts, so press your right heel up towards the ceiling. This is an isolated movement, so the only thing we should feel mobilizing and moving is our right hip. You're going to draw your right knee out, bring that right knee as high as you can towards your right upper arm, brush it in towards the center, and then press it back up. Notice how I'm not kind of like moving my lower back or shifting my body weight. So go for slow and controlled here. Taking one more in that direction, whichever way you're going. And the next time that heel presses up towards the ceiling, pause, kick the heel back so the leg is straight, draw the toes down to the mat, and then lift up your left knee and hug the left knee in to the chest. Good. So if you've got enough space, stay on your palms, otherwise come up to your fingertips, left foot steps forwards, right foot follows. Take your halfway lifts. Your fingertips can be on the floor or to your shins. Extend your heart. Exhale, fold your chest. Bend your knees, inhale. Reach the arms out and up. Good, as you exhale, bring the hands down. Inhale, extend the arms out beside you. Exhale, cross your right elbow over your left. Inhale, open up. Exhale, left over right. If you want to add balance as you inhale, lift your toes. Exhale, lower. So you just keep swapping which elbow's on top. Breathing in. Exhale. Good. Next time the right elbow is on top, pause. So right elbow crosses over left. You can hold opposite shoulders or wrap your forearms coming into your Garudasana arms. You're going to lift up to the toes if you want to balance as you breathe in. And then exhale, lower to the heels, bend the knees, and draw your elbows between your legs. Let the head become heavy. So soften the knees here so you can really get into your mid and upper back. Try to pull the elbows backwards as you keep squeezing the arms in together. Softening your shoulder blades away from your ears. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, unravel the arms. Inhale, bend your knees, extend the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. So second side, inhale, maybe you lift your toes, open the arms. Exhale, crossing your left over your right. Inhaling. Good. Exhale. Remember, balance is not static. Don't worry if you're wobbling, if you're lifting onto your toes. We're alive, we move. One more time, and then the next time your left elbow is on top, again, we'll pause. So cross that left elbow, take whatever wrap you're working with, and then maybe with your inhale, you take a lift back onto your toes. As you exhale, heels land, knees bend, and then pull the elbows between the legs, relax the head. Keep really active as you hug everything into center. Feel the breath, spread your upper back and your mid back. Exhale, let that weight pour through the torso, through the head. This time you're going to unravel your arms, come to a halfway lift, however that looks for you. Exhale, bend your knees, place your palms, step your feet into plank. Pause for a moment, hug the inner arms together, and root up between your shoulder blades so the chest isn't collapsing. Heels pressed back, but there's a slight hugging in of the inner ankles. Take one more breath, make sure you're not holding it, and then we're going to come to tabletop. So as you exhale, you slightly need to roll forwards onto your toes so that the knees come under the hips. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, come to the fingertips as you round your spine. Repeat that a couple of times with your own breath pattern. Try to get a bit of an extension of the heart as well as moving up. So you're extending it forwards as well as lifting it up. Take that one more time, rounding as you exhale. Landing the palms and coming to neutral as you breathe in. Good. So this time we'll tuck the toes, lift the knees, come to that hovered position. Take a breath in. Good. Exhale, send it back. Inhale forwards. Keep the shoulders directly over the wrists here. Good. Exhale back. Work with your breath. So you've got that fuel. Exhaling. Good. This time inhale, come forwards. Pause. Maybe some of you want to play with lifting your right toes. Taking them down. Keeping the body nice and stable. And then lift the left toes. Take them down. Last breath in. Exhale, land your knees. Good. Inhale, left heel presses up. But keep your spine neutral, so we're not dropping the stomach here. Slight drawing in of the front ribs. And then we're going to find that nice, big but slow rotation. Bringing the knee out, forwards, up. Good. Try not to bend the elbows. Keep the arms nice and straight. Keep that hugging in of the inner arms. And then next time your left heel presses up, pause, kick the leg back, take an inhale, lower the toes, exhale. Press into your palms, right knee in towards the chest as high as you can. Lift to the fingertips if you need to. Right foot steps forwards, left foot follows. Take a lengthen of the spine, breathe in. Folding forwards as you breathe out. Bend your knees, inhale. Arms shoot up. Maybe you look up. Exhale, come straight back down. Fold forwards. Breathe in. Halfway lift. Good. Exhale, bend your knees. Place your palms. Step it into plank. And then take it back. Downward facing dog. So first downward dog. Just modify by bending the knees if that feels better and allows you to lengthen the spine more. Keep pressing the hands down and forwards. As you breathe in, lift both of your heels up, and then as you breathe out, turn both of your heels to the left. See if you can bring your right heel to the mat as you bend your left knee and allow the left heel to lift. And then move your left knee towards the back right hand corner. Keep pressing into both palms, feel that in the right side body. Inhale, come forwards to plank. Exhale, take it back. Downward facing dog. Breathe in, lift your heels. Exhale, turn the heels to the right. Try to draw the left foot down as you lift your right heel and move the knee over to the back left hand corner. Breathe into the left side body, keep the left hand nice and active. Inhale, forwards to plank. Exhale, lower the knees, untuck the toes, and then bring your chest all the way down to the mat. Good. So we're going to take our arms out beside us. For this first round, keep the arm fully straight. So take your right arm out to the side of you. Have your palm pressing actively. And then you're going to gently roll your weight over to your right arm. So right ear comes down and legs might stay straight. You might be able to take your left foot behind you as if you were in the beginning of a bridge. Good. Keep pressing your fingertips down and towards you so that you're rolling the weight. Nice. And then if you want to, that other leg can step over. So your lower body looks like it's in a bridge. We're going to take 3 more breaths here. Keep the head down on the mat. Keep that weight rolling onto the right arm. 1 more breath. Slowly roll yourself back onto your stomach as you inhale. And then reach over with the left arm and roll onto the left as you exhale. So bringing your left ear down. Legs can be stacked, or you might step the top leg. So on this side, the right leg behind you. And then if it feels okay, but we're, not forcing the body to go anywhere in particular, maybe the bottom leg steps as well. So toes are facing the back of your mat. Breathing in. And every exhale, you want to give into the weight of your body. So feel that weight descending down onto your left upper arm. Again, soft around your jaw here. Slowly taking in 1 more breath. And then using the exhale to roll back onto the stomach. Once you're there, inhale, hover your hands into a cactus. So you're using your back muscles to lift the chest. And then exhale, bring your palms to the floor, tuck the toes. Your choice, knees can stay on the mat or move it up through your plank position. Exhale it back, downward facing dog. So start to bring the feet together. As you inhale, right leg lifts up for the ceiling as you try to draw your left heel down. Start to pick up the left heel so you've got a bit more height. Look forwards and then twist your right knee over to your left hand side. Try not to bring the knee all the way to the arm, just have it a hover. Inhale, lift the right leg as you lower your left heel. Exhale, left heel lifts as you draw right knee to right upper arm. 1 more, lift up, nice, slow and controlled. Good, exhale, bring the knee to center. Now from this position, again, maybe we come to our fingertips as that right foot moves forwards. Good. And then lower the back knee. Toes are going to stay tucked here, so left toes are tucked. Start to hug your right heel back in space, and you should feel the muscles switch on in the thighs. So right heel presses down and back, and then inhale, lift the arms up. We're going to interlace the fingers, but keep the index fingers reaching for the ceiling. Draw the fingertips up, allow shoulder blades to also draw up. And then just get this sense of lifting up and away from your hips with your upper body. So rib cage is rising up. Every breath in, and then the awareness is descending down every breath out. Breathe in, lift the fingertips a little higher, and then as you exhale, reach up and over to the right hand side. So we've got that big stretch to the left side body again. Inhaling and exhale. So from here, you're going to keep your fingertips as they are and start to twist towards your right thigh. Left elbow connects to the outer right thigh. Press the palms into one another and then draw your torso away from your thigh. So you're leaning into an imaginary wall behind you. Super, super strong in your lower body. Press the knee and the arm together. Rotate the chest back and up. Relaxing through the neck. So you can allow the left ear to settle down towards the left shoulder slightly. Take 1 more breath in. As you exhale, come out of the twist. Inhale, re-extend the arms up. And then as you exhale, you're going to lunge a little bit lower. So let the right knee move forwards and then pull back out of that as you breathe in. So strong action in the leg. Exhale, come down. Inhale, pull back. Last one. Exhale, come down. Inhale, pull up. This time, exhale, come down, release the hands, and heel toe your right foot all the way off to the right edge of your mat. So stay up on your fingertips. Have your right toes facing about 2 o'clock, so you can turn them out slightly. On your fingertips, as you breathe in, bring your heart forwards again and up. So we're taking that cat-cow action. Now, as your heart comes forwards, can we allow this left hip to descend? And then as you exhale, round your spine, allow the right leg to start straightening as you look at your left thigh. Inhale, bend back into the right knee. As your chest moves forwards and up, the left hip settles down. Good, and then exhale, rounding. It's not about straightening the right leg, but it does begin to extend. One more like that, breathing in. And exhale. Now come back, breathe in. Some of you might draw to your palms here as you breathe out. All these different angles that you need to see. So you're going to be on your palms, some of you here. You can untuck the back toes if you want to, if that's getting uncomfortable for your foot. Really press into your hands. So you're not collapsing the chest just yet, or ever, really. Keep reaching into the left palm now. Inhale, right arm reaches forwards and up. And exhale, we're going to reach back for the left heel. Now, without kind of forcing it, if you want to, you can begin to bend your left knee and see if you can maybe find the foot. You might work with your strap here, looping the strap around the foot and using that as an extension of your arms. Now for this first bind, if you've got it, rather than focusing on heel to sit bone, press foot back. So we're actually opening through the heart. Allow your heart to lift and your chest to rotate up towards the ceiling. And take 3 final breaths. Breathing wherever you are, nice and fully. If you ever need to open the mouth, sigh it out. One more breath. As you exhale, if you've got your foot, slowly release it, tucking the toes as you land your foot back on the mat. Right hand comes to the floor. Press into your palms, lift your left knee. Lift your right heel and magnetize knee and arm together. Now you're going to lift your right toes. Take a breath in and then lift it up, 3-legged dog with your right knee reaching up to the ceiling and your right toes going over to the left. Try to draw that left heel to the floor, flex your right foot and press the heel over. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling out the mouth. Inhale, look forward to lift your left heel. And as you exhale, step the right foot back next to your little finger. Good, left foot follows, come forwards into your Malasana squat, bend your knees, come down, and just sway your hips, rocking from side to side. Good. Now, if you have crow in your practice and you want to just come into a mini crow for a moment, of course you can. You might want to just heel toe the feet closer together, bring your hands down, shift that weight forwards. We're going to move through a vinyasa. So some of you might stay here with me. If you are to come through our vinyasa, you're simply going to bring your palms to the floor in front of you, shift the shoulders over the wrists, step the feet back. Maybe your knees stay lifted or they come to the ground lower. Inhale to your cobra or upward dog. And then exhale, we meet in downward dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Now bring the feet together again. This time your left leg is reaching up as you breathe in. Right heel grounding down. Start to pick up your right heel as you twist your knee over as high as you can on the right upper arm. Pause here for a moment. Inhale, lift it back up. Trying to bring the right heel to the floor. Good, pick up the right heel. Exhale, left knee up as high as you can on the left arm. Breathe in, lift it up, slow, controlled. Exhale, bring it to center. Now assess that space. If the knee's really low, you're gonna have to come up to your fingertips and then step the foot through. Once you're there, keep the back toes tucked as you bring the knee to the floor. And then again, we've got that action of the left heel pressing down and pulling back. Feel that switch on your left leg. Inhale, arms extending up. Find that interlace of the fingers and then reach for the sky. Lifting your lower ribs up, every breath in, and sending that intention down, lower body working, every breath out. With your next exhale, start to reach over to your left-hand side, so right side of the body is getting opened up again. So keep shooting out through the fingertips, so you're getting a really dynamic stretch in the right side body. And then begin to rotate over to your left thigh. So right knee connects, palms start to press, and then when we come into the twist, normally we're kind of on our leg, so then you want to draw yourself back, engage the core, belly button to spine, and there's that imaginary wall behind you that you're leaning into. Good. 2 more breaths. Breathing in. And exhale. Coming out of the twist, as you breathe in, we lift the arms back up. Exhale, bend your knee, but keep hugging the left hip backwards. And then inhale, use your leg to pull back out. Exhale, coming down, but not splaying that hip out to the side. Inhale, lifting up. 1 more like that. Breathing in. Good, this time as you bend into your knee, let your fingertips come down and then just shuffle your left foot off. So toes are turning out to what would be probably between 10 and 11 o'clock. And we're going to stay on the fingertips for the first couple of breaths, finding that moving cat-cow action. Heart forwards, right hip descends as you breathe in, and then heart backwards, left knee begins to extend as you exhale. So coming closer to the earth with that right hip as you breathe in, and then lifting through the back as you round on the exhale. 1 more like that. Exhaling. Inhale to neutral. Some of you drawing down to your palms here if you've got the space. Press into both hands for a moment. Extend your heart forwards. And then begin to lift your left arm, reaching it in front of you, up and then back. So notice I'm not collapsing here. Shoulder is down the back. Maybe the back knee bends and we can get the foot. So not heel to sit bone here, but foot backwards. And notice how that propels the heart in the opposite direction. Maybe the gaze goes up, taking a few breaths here. Sense into your right front hip. So right hip flexor and quadricep, but keep pulling that left hip backwards. Good, nice. I can't see everyone's names, but you all look beautiful. 1 more breath. Slowly release, tucking the toes under as you exhale, bringing that left palm onto the mat. And as the right knee lifts, start to activate your core. So try and lift between the shoulders. Pick up the left heel, squeeze the knee and upper arm together, and then pick up the left toes. Just hold it here for 1 more breath. And then as the leg lifts, you're going to open it up, knee to the ceiling, toes to the right, and then turn that pointed foot into a flex one. Bye, Laura. Okay, 1 more breath here. As you exhale, step that left foot to the outside of the left hand and let your right foot follow. Take a little rock side to side. So we should be feeling warmer now. I'm definitely warmer in my conservatory. Good. Settle it down when you're ready. So if you can, both heels coming to the floor. Draw the knees out with your arms, but press the knees back in. Take a deep breath. Feel that lift of the heart, extension of the spine. And as you let the breath go, feel that weight plummet down through your pelvis, down through your sit bones. And taking in 1 more. If you need it, sighing a breath. Press down through your feet, lift up through the arms, and then come to stand. Turn the toes to face forwards as the hands come to the heart. Exhale. Good. So just start to bring awareness down into your feet. We're going to keep the hands in front of the heart and start to draw the right knee forwards. So try not to lift the knee too high. Have the knee roughly in line with the hip. Good. Flex the foot. As you breathe in, draw that knee out without kind of using your hands. Just see where that external range gets you to. And then as you exhale, bring the knee to center. Just repeat that 2 more times. Exhale. Strong through your standing leg. Good. This time as the knee draws out, you're going to take hold of your big toe. So you're going to bring your peace fingers around your big toe, take your thumb onto your toenail, extend the leg as much as is available to you. So you might be here, that's fine. Stay nice and tall in your spine. Take a breath in. Maybe the gaze goes up a little higher to challenge your balance, or you can look a bit more forwards. And now as you exhale, you're going to bend your left knee and take your right ankle over your left thigh. We're going to repeat that 2 more times. So press into your left leg, extend as much as you want through your right heel, and then exhale, come down. So body, lower body is working really hard to stabilize. 1 more, breathing in, and exhale. So we're going to stay here. Release your foot, bring the hands to the heart. As you breathe in, lift your chest and find that kind of extension of the sit bones going back, but the heart extending forwards. And then if you want to, bend more deeply into your left knee and maybe come down to your knee and your inner foot. So notice how when I'm doing that, I'm not doing this. I'm not rounding and closing the chest. I'm having that reach of the heart forwards and the pelvis, sit bones back. You should feel this in your outer right hip. Just 1 more breath here. So we're going to stay just lifting away from your shin if you went down low, and you're going to hook your right thigh over your left, and maybe toes to the floor or around the inner foot. Inhale, lift the arms up, and then exhale, opposite arm to the leg. So your left elbow is on top. Wrap your forearms or hold opposite shoulders. Inhale, elbows lift. And then exhale, if we can, we come closer, maybe elbows coming in front of the knee. So here, you are in a rounded position if you're going quite deep. So we're breathing into the mid and upper back. I don't know how you're doing, Amy, in your attic, but I sure wish I had a fan now. Take 1 more breath, slowly lift up those of you that went forward. Last little bit of work, shoot that right leg back as you exhale, nice quiet landing, and then inhale, lift the elbows up. Good. Take a breath here. Exhale, release the hands, inhale, sweep them up. Exhale, lean your chest forwards, place your palms on the mat, pick up that left knee, hold the foot there for a breath, and then exhale it into your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath. Press the hands down and forwards as you exhale. Inhale, 2. Final breath in, lift your heels, look forwards. Your choice, bend your knees and step or hop. Find that halfway lift position as you arrive, and then forward as you exhale. Inhale, extend your arms, lift your gaze. Exhale, hands to the heart. Close your eyes. And just steady your breath for a moment. Start to bring attention down to the lower body every exhale. And then once you've settled the awareness down for a few breaths, start to feel that extending with every inhale. Releasing the hands, exhale. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. And then as your hands come together down to the heart, lift your left knee. Good. So find your balance here first for a couple of breaths. Root down into your right heel. So what can sometimes happen when we lift a leg is we allow that hip to kind of pop out to the side. So squeeze the outer hips in together, and then you've got that energy to lift up. You're gonna use your active range to move that left knee out as you breathe in without moving the right hip, and then bring it back. Good. Nice and stable, everyone. So nice, slow movement. Core is engaged. Right leg is working. Next time that knee draws out, we're going to take our bind. So bring that knee out, and then you can kind of bring the heel towards you a bit to get your big toe. So the leg doesn't need to fully straighten. If it's helpful, your right hand can come to your hip here. Extend the leg forwards, and then bend your right knee and take the heel across. Really awareness in the body here, nowhere else. Extending as you breathe in, coming down as you breathe out. Good, beautiful. Take that one more time. And don't worry if you're wobbling. And then we're going to stay here. So your hands come to your heart. Take a breath where you are, and then maybe as you exhale, you lean your chest forwards rather than down. So it's extending rather than collapsing. One hip can be very different to the other, so don't worry if you're a little bit higher. And then just notice your breath. Draw that attention to your outer left hip, but also be aware of the strength in that right leg, which is probably shouting a little louder right now. We'll take one more breath here. And then if you came down, lift slightly so that you can find your Garudasana legs, wrapping the foot around if you've got it, or bringing it to the floor. And then opposite arm to leg. So you're going to have your right elbow on top, palms or shoulders. Inhale to lift, and then maybe as you exhale, sinking down, hips and heart coming together. Deep, deep breaths. I'm in the fire with you. And it is like a fire in this room right now, I'm telling you. Take one more breath, and then we're going to step it as gracefully as we can into our lunge. So send it back and down, nice quiet landing. Inhale, lift your elbows. And then as you exhale, slowly unravel the arms, reach them up, inhale. Good, last, lean forwards here, place your palms, pick up that right foot, hold it here for a moment, and then take it back. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Breathing in. Exhale. One more breath. From here, exhale, lower your knees, untuck your toes, and just take a moment, sit bones to heels, keep the hands nice and active if you can, so elbows are lifted. Feel that energy releasing down with every breath out, and feel that opening in the chest and the back of the body every inhale. Good. So from this position, we're going to start to play around with our pigeon. So from here, looking forwards, coming forwards, and then just stepping the knees underneath the hips. So you might want your block and strap nearby, just as options. So we might find that on one side we're a bit less mobile, as I said earlier. So we're going to take ourselves back up into that hovered tabletop. So toes are tucked, lift your knees, press through the hands, pick up the right toes, and then send yourself up and back into a downward dog. Right leg is extending, left heel lifts as you breathe in. Exhale, take the right knee over to the right upper arm, and then slide the knee down behind the wrist. Left toes can reach a little bit further back, and then bring the knee to the floor and untuck the left toes. So don't have the foot so far back but you're just hanging out in your pigeon and it's easy to just sort of like relax. We want the toes in a little bit closer towards you so that you're having to actively hug the two legs together. See how I can relax and then engage. So as you engage, you should feel this kind of pulling in from the inner legs up through the pelvis and out through the crown of the head. So lower legs are working hard. If that feels quite strong at the moment, just rest your fingertips, but keep that action of pulling in happening. So we're just going to stay here for a few breaths, drawing in and up, really light on your fingertips, the fingertips on the mat, and draw the shoulder blades together as you spin your palms to face up and your hands to rotate out. So you're nice and open through the chest. Take a deep breath here. Maybe a sighing exhale. So we're playing with an active pigeon today. Some of you might stay here, fingertips lightly on the floor. If it's feeling way too strong, you can always put a block underneath that right sit bone for a bit of support, but try not to completely relax the muscles if you're going for that option. Those of you that want to play without twisting, begin to bend the left knee. So you're working with your active range. You should feel the left leg is really engaged. And then maybe we go to take the foot. Okay, so as I'm taking the foot, I'm not turning my chest. Heart is facing forwards. You can press the foot backwards if right fingertips are lightly on your mat, or try to draw the heel in and hook the foot around the inner crease of the elbow. Now there's a lot happening here, so maybe this is where you want to stay, or your right arm might reach up, and then look for your left fingertips. Wherever you are, I'm just going to have a quick little look at my screen. Try to breathe calmly. Good. Final breath. Exhale. Wherever you are, just release out slowly. Take the left toes down if the knee was lifted. We're going to roll our weight onto the right hip and swing the left leg all the way around to the right thigh, outer thigh. Good. So the thing here is that the left sit bone will want to lift a lot. Try and use your exhale to draw that sit bone down. Good. Inhale, lift your arms up. And as you exhale, you're going to take a twist, bringing the right fingertips behind you and left fingertips down by your right foot. So we're in a nice open twist, feeling really spacious here across the heart. Gently press the left elbow against your thigh or your calf. Good. Feed the breath to the body as you breathe in and let the weight fall to the earth as you breathe out. So we've got a final little chance of play. I'm just giving you options, okay? This is one of our last times doing this. So from here, you're in this open twist already. You can bring your hands to the ground, shoulder distance apart, lift your bum, but keep your toes on the floor. Lean into your chaturanga arms and see if you can have a little play in a balance. If you've got that, see if you can then just take yourself back down. Good. Inhale, lift the arms up, and then exhale, come into our more traditional twist. So right forearm wraps around your left leg, left fingertips are behind you, lift through the heart, breathing in, and keep letting that energy fall as you exhale. So gaze is soft here. A lot of the time we really strive with our eyes, and what I mean by that is we think that our gaze is taking us somewhere. So just allow the gaze to be soft. Looking further around your shoulder doesn't mean you're twisting deeper. Bring the focus to the mid-spine and the upper spine as you inhale, to the lower spine and the hips as you exhale. One more breath. Good, so unravel yourself from here. And then we come back into that open twist. Place the palms, lift up, but then just step it back into your downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Inhale, both heels lift up. Exhale, we move into our plank. Take a breath in your plank, and then as you exhale, hover your knees. Pause for a moment. Begin to lift your left toes, and then take it into your three-legged dog. Breathe in, right heel lifts, look forwards. Exhale, left knee as high as you can on your left upper arm, and then slide that knee down behind the wrist. Maybe the right toes walk back a little bit. And then we're going to play with either being light on our fingertips or lifting the hands and being really strong and stable in our lower body. So as the hips splay, energy is just falling. So we want to have that hugging in action to lift the energy up. So it's all drawing from the earth up through us. Spin the palms up and out, breathing in. And then maybe we stay here, maybe we play with bending the back knee. So we're in our active range. The muscles are doing that work. It's not because we're pulling the leg to us. And then some of you might reach for your foot. Left fingertips might come down so you can press the foot back, like we did earlier. Or you might bring the foot to the inner crease of the elbow. Good, nice. Vitaly, good. That looks more stable on that side. If you want to go for your bind, nice, Amy. Good, keep drawing that front knee back. One more breath in. Wherever you are, slowly take it down. Release. Bring that weight over to your left, and then let that right foot swing all the way around. So we take our open twist first. So we're moving to the left. Right hand can come down by the left foot. And as you press against your left leg, you'll get a slightly deeper rotation. Feel that lovely lift in your spine, but then allow the exhale to bring weight down towards your right sit bone in particular. So notice if there's already a striving to get the arm balance, which we're not even necessarily doing yet. So just come into this present moment for a couple more breaths. And then if you want to go there, if you want to have a little play, just take the hands slightly ahead of you. You lift your hips. Think of chaturanga arms. So, I don't know if you can see me that clearly with the shadows, but think of your chaturanga arms. So your elbows are bending, but they're not going out to the side, they're hugging in. And then you slightly shift forwards, make contact with the hips, and play with lifting the feet. And then see if you can just lower back into your twist. Good, breathe in, lift up. And then coming into that traditional twist, sending your right fingertips back, wrapping your left arm around, and keeping the head somewhere that feels comfortable for you. It might be more in line with your collarbone. It might be around to the right shoulder. Observe your jaw, your breath, and any tension or gripping in the lower body. Try to relax that weight down. So we're going to take our final downward dog here. As you breathe in, come to center. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor, and then just step it into your downward facing dog. Last one of the practice. So try to let the body be still and just notice any shifts in how you feel in this same pose that we return to time and time again. Keep that confidence and that press down and forwards to your hands. Feel that energy rise up your spine and then fall down the lower body back towards the earth through your feet. With your next inhale, look forward, lift your heels. Your choice, we're going to come to sit, so you can hop there or you can just step yourself there. Good, so find a comfortable position. If you want to come back up onto a block or a cushion, feel free to. So we're going to finish with our hands resting on our lap like we did at the beginning of the practice. And again, you might want to take a few gentle rolls of the shoulders with your breath. Maybe with the next one, just finding stillness, softening the gaze, So keeping the eyes open for a few moments, but working with your drishti. Awareness is really on the internal landscape, using your breath as the tool to move through your body to that inner space, that which we can't see but that we feel with every round of breathing in, opening and becoming more receptive to energy and to the space within us that we feel contracting and settling down with every exhale, releasing and letting go. And then just closing the eyes, but feeling that as you close the eyes, not much has changed because you were already really connected to what was going on within. And just come back to where we started. So bring that focus and that awareness, all of your consciousness down to your lower body. To the sit bones, first of all, to the flesh of the glutes. Can you sense what's happening in this area, perhaps with a little bit more sensitivity? Keep relaxing the flesh of the muscles around your glutes, allowing the density of the bones, the sitting bones, to descend, and then moving along your legs, from the hip flexors, along the flesh of the thighs. Spend a few breaths here. Different body parts speak more loudly. We're more used to kind of connecting with them. So even as you bring a focus to your lower body and to your legs, probably a little bit more loudly you can sense your hands and the energy in your hands and your fingers. But keep trying to notice the quieter, perhaps more shy spaces of your body that need a bit more love and attention. Notice your knees, and then from there begin to travel the awareness down the lower legs, the calves softening and releasing. Maybe you can feel the contact of your calf to your thigh, to your ankles, to your feet, sensing the skin along the top of the foot and along the sole of the foot. Awareness of your toes, and again, maybe there are some toes that you can sense and others that kind of a little bit more detached from your awareness. Really relaxing the weight down to your lower body, just taking a few more breaths. And stillness is so profound, so powerful, as it speaks to the internal network and tells our cells, tells the brain that we're in a safe place. And as we feel safe, we relax. It's an energetic, relaxed feeling, but it's also a physical relaxation. Muscles begin to let go. So sense the whole body softening, all that warmth evolving into cool, calm feeling within. And allow that weight to stay rooted to the ground, but begin to sense to your heart, receiving your breath, perhaps feeling a little bit more open after all of that mobilizing and expanding. Keep moving the awareness from the lower body to the heart, from the heart to the lower body. Sensing that as you breathe in, the space between those two areas gets bigger. And as you breathe out, there's a drawing together. From your heart, travel awareness across your collarbones and down the arms, feeling their weight, not with muscular effort, just sensing the weight, that gravitational pull from the arms to the elbows, helping to relax your shoulders. And then sense from the elbows along your forearms to your wrists, to your hands. And again, notice the skin of the top of the hand along the fingers. And from the palm of the hand along the fingers. Maybe there's a gentle warmth between the two contact points of the legs and the hands. Feel the throat and the back of the neck relaxed, receiving the breath. Sense your chin and along your jaw. The ears to the back of the skull. And from the back of the skull, tracing up and along your scalp to the crown of your head, an awareness of what's above you. And then falling from the crown of the head down your forehead, down your cheeks, relaxing the skin as you feel that downward motion. Sense your lips, and if they're parted, can you observe the space between your lips? Relax the lower body as you sense inside the mouth. And again, there may be spaces that you can connect to and spaces that feel detached. Just notice. Coming to the eyes, softening the corners of the eyes, sensing the space behind your eyelids, the eyes relaxing back into their sockets, softening across the brow, and having an awareness of your third eye, the space between the eyebrows. And we'll take a few final breaths here, having whole body awareness. The space within you, your casing, and the space around you, both above and below, to the left and to the right. If you notice a constriction, try to soften as you breathe. And just observe how you're feeling at the end of this practice. And just slowly, keeping the eyes closed, begin to bring the focus back to the flow of breath. The feeling of every inhalation and exhalation. And that exchange of energy rising and lifting and opening. And then contracting and dropping and grounding. Keep relaxing into any spaces that you notice harden or tighten in any way. Maybe the breath begins to deepen. And we'll just finish by turning the palms to face up. A gesture of receptivity and openness. Now that we feel more grounded, more rooted, we're ready to receive. Taking in one more slow, calm breath. And then bringing the chin towards the heart as you exhale, bringing the palms together in front of the heart. When you feel ready to, gently opening the eyes. Thank you.